I'm Hannah Vosper. I am a senior associate in the commercial property team. I've been here just over a couple of years. I started about 3 weeks before we went into lockdown.
And I'm Catrin Mackie. I'm an associate in the real estate division doing commercial property work. 5 years qualified, and I've been at Capital for 4 years.
As a division, we have 4 main sectors. So we've got the commercial property team, and then the construction team, and then we also have planning and environment. And that tends to be supported by consultants.
We do lots of work with lots of different clients, so educational institutions, developers, funders, so we're quite broad, and then we deal a lot with local surveyors as well who help us with our big projects.
I head up the corporate support team for property, which obviously with a lot of our corporate deals, there's a property element which sort of varies from sort of very minor lettings to the property actually being quite an important element of the corporate transaction. So we work really closely with corporate. We also have a great property lit team in disputes.
We work closely with our banking team as well. Obviously,
Yes.
There's a lot of funding involved quite a lot of the time, so we've got a really good relationship with those guys as well.
The people are good at Capital, but for me, the work is also good. So I used to work at a London firm, but in the Cardiff office, and so I essentially just did London work all the time. Whereas I quite like that. You know, I walk past buildings here and I was like, oh, we've done the letting on that, or we've just acquired that. You know, I had to drive past the building to see how many flagpoles it had the other day as part of the lease work, and you know, a little trip up to London to count the flagpoles probably wasn't an option at the other firm. But so I just like that. That's one of the main reasons that I wanted to move to Capital, actually.
I've done quite a lot of work with universities and colleges on their land acquisitions and disposals, and that's quite a strategic relationship as well. So we advise on what we think would be the best way forward, financially for them. And they've had some quite big development work, especially in Wales at the moment. So there was disposals and then seeing who would come in and what would happen with the land, because there's quite a interest in what happens with university lands. Obviously, it's public funded.
Quite often at certain firms, it's only very senior people that maybe get to go out to do the sort of social element, which I definitely enjoy, and I think it's very much encouraged here that everyone gets the chance to go out if that's sort of what you like doing, and if you like that sort of element of the job.
It's very social here, internally and externally. You know, we always have our little division meetings twice a week, so we see each other all the time. We deal with each other on a daily basis. It's not lonely when you work here, which is really important to me. The team's really friendly, and there's a lot of help, supervision wise. Hannah's great, she's a senior associate, so she helps a lot with us juniors.
With appraisals and career development and that sort of thing, it's very much forward looking instead of looking back. So it's to see how you can progress and what assistance you need to enable you to do that. So that's quite a refreshing outlook on it, and people are quite supportive, and they want you to progress, and they want you to focus on the areas that interest you, which again I think is quite nice.
Yeah. And you always have that opportunity to say where you want to go. It's not elsewhere it's quite I've experienced anyway, you have to push for what you want, whereas here you always get the chance to raise it at your career development meetings, so there's never like an awkward chat about it. So a highlight for me is having my first baby. So I've got a daughter called Millie, so I've been on maternity leave, and it's nice that I get to come in, see my colleagues, do keep in touch days, and there's been no pressure at all, so it's just quite nice to come back now and again, have a break from baby brain.
I do things like this. Highlight for me, we've had quite a few big deals on. We've done a few big acquisitions, one for a university client, one for a private developer, and so they've been quite high profile, quite high value, so it's been quite exciting. I mean, it's been quite time pressured and quite intense at times, but great sense of achievement now that they're done.
We've done quite a high-profile petrol station acquisition, which involved 27 petrol stations across Wales. There was a lot of funding involved with that, of course, because of the size of the project. We worked closely with our banking team, and that completed last year. So very happy clients, and we got great exposure to great quality work.